What is up, soccer friends? Welcome to Kickback Committee. We're glad you're here. I'm Susannah Fuller, and I am so thrilled to be back with our first episode of 2026. We're going to have some fun this year. So if you're new to the Kickback family, welcome. We are the committee, and we're here to bring you the soccer conversations that you want to have in a safe space, no matter what level of fandom you have. There's something for everyone here. So sometimes the soccer world can feel like a little bit of an intimidating place to be, and we are going to erase that line of thinking, because whether you've been watching this sport for years or you just got into it and want to maybe educate yourself ahead of the World Cup this summer, this is the place for you. We're going to have rotating hosts joining me every week that are going to bring top level insight. We're going to have informative discussions, lots of fun segments. So like I said, something for everybody. And starting with today's episode, we are entering the new year with a bang. I'm going to be joined by fellow committee member who has worn every hat in the soccer space, from player to owner to analyst. The incomparable Jordan Angeli will join me. We're going to dive into the biggest moves of the winter transfer window. We're also going to do an off-season wedding roundup, December and January. Always a season of love in the soccer world in North America. So we figured it was a perfect time to weigh in on some of these special soccer couples and their nuptials. We'll run through our favorite soccer stories of the moment, what we're following that we think you should be following too. And last but not least, a reality TV roundup. Not exactly soccer, but we'll find a through line, I promised. Some big shakeups on the Great British Bake Off. We're big fans of that show here at the committee. And also, guys, I've just discovered the Traitors. Yeah, super into it. We're going to dive into that as well. But for now, let's welcome in Jordan. Time now to welcome in our very good friend, the lovely and absolutely amazing Jordan Angeli, who is a fellow committee member, but it feels like it's been a minute since you've been on, and I am so happy to be kicking off 2026 with you, my friend.
I know. We planned this well, Suze.
We did.
We were like, girl power to start off. We're going, but we're bringing it back. I love this. I've always loved working with you. That intro gave me a little reminder of when we did our morning footy days.
Oh my God. I loved that time, but also man, those early mornings just did me in. I feel like you never saw me at my best, and that upsets me.
I don't think so. I think you're probably harder on yourself than you needed to be, but I loved them, and I always love working with you. So here we go, 2026.
Ditto.
Do you have any resolutions, or would you do anything like that?
I typically no. Because I don't like to set myself up for failure, which just
I get that. Yeah.
So historically, no, I have not. But this year, I think after having been through the ringer in 2025 with my health and the cancer and all of that stuff, I think I am making a very conscious effort this year to be a better cat mother to this monster that is scratching at the door right now. But just be a little bit more present in general. I feel like, especially in this industry, it is go, go, go. And it's so easy to just sweat the small stuff. And I'm not going to do that. I just am going to always kind of take a beat, take a reminder that there are so many more important things in the world. And if I'm lucky enough to get to do jobs like this, enjoy it and really savor those moments because they're not promised. And so I think just having that awareness of how lucky we are to be doing this and with incredible people. And so I just want to be more mindful of all the blessings, because there's a lot.
Love that. I love that. Yeah, goodbye 2025. You kicked its butt. You did, Suze. We're so happy you're on the other side of everything.
Thank you, my friends. Feels good to be on the other side of it. Feels real good. What
about
you? What about your resolutions?
I like yours. I think yours is very good and positive. Mine it's not super workouty, but it's I want to work out every Monday. That's my goal. Just to start the week off.
That feels so reasonable too.
Right? it's 52 workouts and like some kind of weight training. So that's like one of my goals. And I turned 40 this year, so I'm just trying to like
welcome to the club.
I know, right? I'm trying to plan something big. So I'm not a very good planner in general. So that is like one of the things I'm trying to do better is like plan something so I can include other people into that. So I like that. What you're saying, though, just be mindful and enjoy the great opportunities we have because 2026 is going to be massive.
It's going to be crazy. And it feels weird that it's like here. I feel like we have been talking about 2026, summer of 2026 for the last like 10 years or however long we've known this World Cup is coming. But it's like, oh man, like here we go.
Yeah.
We're off and rearing to go. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this year. I'm excited to work with amazing people like yourself. I hope this year brings us more opportunity to see each other in person. That'd be
great.
That'd be really great. Also, so one of my other resolutions was learning how to golf better. And I know you're a big golfer, and so maybe you can help me in that regard. Like I would love just like a girls golf outing at some point. I'm so in.
Yes.
So that's also on the docket.
All right, add it to the list. I can plan it out.
Fantastic. All right, should we get into our first segment, my friend?
We're going
to talk about this winter transfer window, which we are recording this on Monday, everybody. So in Europe, leagues have officially closed that window. What is done is done. So I'm going to start. There was some breaking. We're not in the breaking news business on Kickback Committee. I'll just if anyone's a first-time listener, I just want to be clear what you're getting into. But there was some breaking news like right before we started recording, and
we need a little sound effect for that.
I know. Well, so Seattle Sounders 20-year-old midfield wonder kid Obed Vargas is heading to Atletico Madrid.
What?
Which is like it's not like he's going to some low-level La Liga team. Like this is Atletico Madrid, which is pretty phenomenal. And he has been, I know the Seattle Sounders just absolutely value this kid. He has been sensational for them, part of their homegrown program. He was with them when they won CONCACAF Champions Cup in 2022 or 2020. He was the number one on last year's 22 under 22. So this kid is like, the prospects were always high, but this is just feels massive. Feels massive for him, Jordan. And he's a great young player.
I have really enjoyed watching him over these last 3 years, I would say. We really have gotten to see not just his growth, but how he's been able to utilize that and just say, like, this midfield is mine. I am going to dominate on the ball. I'm going to dominate off the ball. He's a tempo setter for Seattle, which, like, the Sounders team has perennially been amazing. And at such a young age to have the poise that he has, I was just like, honestly, truly shocked. I hadn't heard that until you just said it. So
literally John Parker texted the group and was like, oh my God, like this needs to be touched on. And I was like, holy crap. Like that's huge. Yeah.
That's a genuine reaction. And I think that league is going to be really interesting for him. And I hope that he can stay with the first team and get playing time with Atletico Madrid's first team.
Yeah, that's going to be the challenge. There's a lot of talented players on that roster.
That's a lot
but
of
anytime
challenge.
You get to, I love Diego Simeone so much too. And so I feel like the opportunity for a young player to be under the tutelage of a guy like that is pretty special. So best of luck to Obed. We're thrilled for the young man. Okay, let's move it along to the Premier League, where, shocker, Jordan, Manchester City is the clear winner of this winter transfer window. They added some really incredible pieces in winger Antoine Semenyo from Bournemouth. They bolstered that back line with the signing of Mark Gahey from Crystal Palace, and it just feels like, I don't know, how much do you pay attention to the Premier League, Jordan?
I'm on and off right now. It's hard for me because it's the offseason NWSL, and like my brain needs a little bit of an offseason.
I get it. Believe me, I get it.
Yeah. But enough to like understand that Manchester City is Manchester City, and they're going to try to do whatever they can to win titles. And there's a lot of turmoil there, it seems like, right? Like, is Pep gonna stay?
Is Pep gonna stay? Is he? I mean, there's a lot of questions around them, and I think because they had such a down season last year, it only exacerbated all of those questions heading into this season. What I think is so interesting, though, is that Arsenal were well on top of the table, sitting pretty comfortably for a while. Suddenly, there's only a 6-point difference between Arsenal and Manchester City. And based on the moves that they have made in this winter transfer window, suddenly I am like, oh, I see what you're doing. Like, this to me, was a very clear signal that they feel like they are absolutely in the title hunt in the Premier League. We know that Arsenal have a history of bottling it in.
I was wondering what phrase you were going to use.
Yeah. And, as a Liverpool fan, it gives me, a little joy in saying that. But, they don't have a good track record when it comes to them being in pole position and then sort of, just like I said, bottling it. So I feel like City went for it in this transfer window, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out. But yeah, that was a big one. They were huge. The clear winners of the transfer window in Europe, I think. But staying in the Premier League, one of our young American soldiers, Ricardo Pepi, everyone was so excited, Jordan.
Oh, gosh.
So excited because it seemed like this deal for going to Fulham from PSV was on. It felt like this was like a done deal. And then at the 11th hour, just rug got pulled out underneath them. Apparently PSV could not find a replacement for Ricardo Pepi. And it's something that they can revisit this summer. But again, you just don't know, do you, when these opportunities. What do you think it feels like for a player when like you have this carrot like that, like Premier League, Fulham dangling in your face, and you probably allow yourself to get excited about it, and then it's suddenly taken away. What can that do to a player?
You definitely get excited about it. Is it Duncan Maguire who had the same thing
from
MLS?
Gosh, that's right.
And remember, he really struggled after that.
Oh my gosh.
And so I think mentally you're just like, I am going to play. This is what I would think as a player. Like, I'm going to go play in the best league in the world. This is the top place to go play. And this is my opportunity to show what I can do, and just the excitement to get to work with those players and the coaches, and then to play against some of the players in the Prem that you've like watched your whole life. And then for it to be like at the last minute, I think for Ricardo Pepi, like, it's kind of, they can't replace you. So like you got to feel good about it at some point. Like, okay, my team can't replace me. So I know I'm valuable here, but what a that mentally is just going to be something very difficult to try to overcome, especially like out of all the years,
I know.
Sooz.
Like
in a year where you're like trying to be on the top of your game for 7 more months. Not even 6 more months. When's the final? In July. I got to do math here.
I know. Same. I'm like, it's all a blur. But it's so true. I think the silver lining for Ricardo Pepi is that, he was contributing a ton at PSV. I think he's injured right now. I believe he has an arm injury right now. But if he can continue to score goals and be a real factor in that attack for PSV, then there's no reason I think that Pochettino wouldn't, look at him and consider him for bringing him into the World Cup roster. I feel like playing in the Prem is just that puts you on that
radar, a
little bit of a higher level. And so he's just going to have to, channel that and, work just as hard to.
He's been an overcomer though.
You're right.
One thing about him, like, I feel like when he's not starting games, he'd come in and score goals off the bench, right? Like, he just finds a way to be successful. So maybe the disappointment will turn into a real benefit for him.
I 100% agree with that. So we'll see, but we're keeping our fingers crossed for Ricardo Pepi. I've always been riding that Pepi train. I love that kid. Okay, let's move it along to NWSL. Okay, and the big news this offseason was obviously Trinity Rodman getting Getting paid. She signed a 3-year extension with the Washington Spirit that's worth about $2 million a year, which would make her the highest paid player in NWSL history. What was your reaction to this? Because this was coming after what was a pretty, I don't know if I can say contentious, but like at the very least tumultuous contract dispute with the club and the league and the players union filing a grievance. Like, were you surprised that they were able to come to this agreement?
Yes and no. It seemed to me, since Trinity Rodman hadn't signed anywhere else, it seemed to me that she really wanted to be in Washington, that she wanted to stay in NWSL, because otherwise she would have just gone, right? Like, the offers were out there.
Yeah, I was going to say there was plenty of interest, right?
Yeah, of course. She's one of the, I think, top prospects in the world. And I probably had the same reaction that Douglas, our producer, had, is like a big like wipe of the brow, like phew, because I'm not ready for Trinity Rodman to play anywhere but NWSL. I just love this kid. She is still a kid. Like, she's been a pro for 5 years now, but she's 22, 23, I think.
Yeah.
And she has become more mature and more comfortable with who she is. And I think that just shows, if you're an attacking player with creativity, the more you could be yourself, the better off you're going to be. And I think we got a glimpse of that after she signed her deal and she's playing in these US games. Like, she just felt like she was free again. And so I am just so happy. I'm happy that there is now this, I have a question for you though, Suze. Do you think NWSL is going to call it the hip rule, or are they going to call it the Rodman rule?
Ooh, if they're smart, they'd call it the Rodman rule. I just feel like
it brings back MLS like Beckham days, doesn't it?
100%. But it's interesting because I feel like the reaction. So it's the hip rule is the high impact player rule that was implemented here, and it basically is saying that clubs can exceed the salary cap if the player that they are after meets certain criteria. So like being a top 20 or 30 in the Ballon d'Or, like that type of thing. Yeah. And it was met with like really mixed reactions, but it sounds like the players are like thumbs up, like great. I don't know. What's the reaction that you've heard?
I think that the league setting parameters on it is the hardest part of it, right? Because you can't tell me that, I think Sam Coffey would have been a good example. Like, Sam Coffey could have definitely been one of these hip players and maybe gotten paid from that. But because she's not on a certain list that is voted on, Ballon d'Or, we all know Americans are typically non-existent on those lists. You're not going to be on those lists. And yet Sam Coffey is one of the best holding midfielders and significantly impacts our team. So how can you not want to pay her a little bit more than what the salary cap would allow you to afford? So I think that's where the real sticking point is with NWSL and with players and with people looking on. But right now, it's not that it can't change. And I think that that's maybe one of the things. Like, we've seen these types of rules kind of find their footing as they go along. And right now, I think the biggest thing was, can we keep Trinity Rodman in NWSL? And that has worked. So how it progresses and how it evolves, I'm not yet sure. But I'm hopeful that it will keep the best talent in this league and
attract
attract the best talent. Like, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but I saw today Katie McCabe from Arsenal is not going to be with Arsenal in the summer, after the summer. Okay. And I'm like, let's go. Yeah. Come to NWSL. Yep. So just things like that, where I'm hopeful that it's more players will start coming to this league, because we can pay like leagues can over across the ocean.
Yep. Amazing. I'm stoked for it. I'm like you. I'm so stoked that Trinity is going to stay. She's one of these players where it's like, I feel like we haven't even scratched the surface of what she is going to be able to do. And I loved, like, she gave an interview after this was all said and done. And to your point, like, she so wanted to stay in DC, and she was also so self-aware. She was like, look, I know that there are things that I can improve. And she was like, but this is where I want to be to do that. And I don't know. To me, that just like kind of warmed my heart. And I thought, what a mature thing to say, you know, like for somebody to recognize like this is the place that I can grow the most. To me, that was such a testament to the Washington Spirit, to NWSL, and I mean, what a great spokesperson to have. And
absolutely,
she's a total superstar. Yeah. Oh, we love her. Can't get enough. Okay, last one in our transfer window. This one is interesting. So back to MLS. Massive win for Nashville SC, who snagged 2-time MLS All-Star Christian Espinoza from San Jose. Okay, he's, when healthy, one of the most exciting players to watch. The guy is sensational. He signed a 3-year deal with them that's going to see him occupy a DP spot on Nashville SC's roster. So you think about the attacking talent that they already have, that BJ Callahan has to work with now, with Andy Nahar, Hani Mukhtar, Sam Surridge. You add Christian Espinoza into the mix, like, okay, like Nashville to me suddenly becomes like a favorite for MLS Cup. The interesting thing, Jordan, is that this should never have happened. So apparently the club failed to exercise his contract option before the deadline passed, which basically allowed him to leave as a free agent and join Nashville SC. So they like just forgot, like it was like a clerical error. Like someone was like, oops.
I didn't realize he left as a free. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I mean, similar feelings to how I felt when San Diego didn't they agreed to part ways with Kaylin Sheridan on a free too. I'm like, one of the best goalkeepers in this league, you're just gonna let her go? Like, what? Wow. I think, as you said, Christian Espinoza has been being like covering the West for a long time with the Rapids. Like, that guy is so lethal. He can do a variety of things. Like, he'll stretch the back line, he can play in the pocket, he's just so good with the ball at his feet that you don't know if he's gonna cross or if he's gonna take you 1v1 and find a shot from like a weird angle and end up scoring the goal. I think this national team, you're gonna have to watch out, because now they have so many options and so many threats.
I was like, okay, they mean business. But I got a feel for Bruce Arena.
Yeah.
Can you?
But Bruce, come on, man.
How pissed do you think he was, though? Honestly.
But isn't he the general manager?
I don't think that's his job. I feel like that's got to be like someone else's job to like handle the contracts. But like, if I were, Bruce,
out of all the people like, that really? you got to know that one. Out of all the players on San Jose,
if there's one player. You do not want this to happen with. That's the one. Like, somebody lost their job, right? Like, I have to imagine. I'm not gonna speculate.
We'll see who's on LinkedIn.
Exactly. Pay attention. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I'm putting Nashville as an early MLS Cup favorite. Yep. Okay. Putting it out there right now. I'm terrible at preseason predictions, everybody. So, but just based on facts, this makes a lot of sense.
I like it. You know the thing about preseason predictions? You can't be terrible about them because it doesn't really matter after the season starts. That's kind of why I like them.
Especially in MLS too, where it's literally like nothing makes sense. So except that Inter Miami is gonna win a bunch. That's all you really need to know. Yeah. That's all you really can rest your laurels on in Major League Soccer.
Right.
All right, Jordan. Time for our next segment, and I'm so happy you're on this one with me.
This is perfect.
I pitched this idea like probably in October or November, and I'm just thankful that we have an outlet like Kickback Committee that was like, this sounds like a great idea. So I am obsessed with off-season weddings. Okay, so we know that the months of December and January, if in North American soccer, this is it. This is all you got. If you are going to get married, these are the only 2 months you really have to get this done. So since it's February now and Valentine's Day is around the corner, it felt like a very perfect time to celebrate some of the off-season nuptials
Yeah.
that we saw in and around soccer in North America. And there were a lot. There always are.
Yes.
Like I said, I had an off-season wedding. Like, this is just what you have to do. Like, it was like, well, okay, December it is. Here we go. And so this is, I love it. There's so many anniversary posts as well.
Oh yeah. Well, it kind of can help you keep track of your friends because you're
Totally.
like, it's either December 28th or 29th. And then the other ones are the next, whatever the next weekend would have been.
Yep. Yeah. How many off-season weddings have you attended?
Oh gosh. I'm like kind of out of my wedding phase, but a lot over the years.
I was going to say, I bet like a ton, just like consistently booked.
But I kind of like a winter wedding because then anniversary trips can be tropical. Like you can get out of the cold into
100%.
I'm into that.
100%. Yeah. We got married on December 22nd, which we basically were like, you guys are going to celebrate Christmas with us. So thank you. Thank you. But it was great. It was a beautiful wedding. We got married in Savannah. So it was so like, pretty. It was lovely. Like we had like decent temperatures, and because I love Christmas, and so because it was already kind of like Christmassy, it just was like,
I love that.
It was totally cozy.
Lovely. So Sooz.
Totally Sooz. But let's go through some of these weddings that we saw and weigh in. We're going to start with our very good friend Jaleel Anibaba, who got married.
Jaleel. Serve.
I mean, are you kidding me? So this is, he and his lovely now wife, Erin, got married in Los Cabos in Mexico. Okay. You and I are both very good friends with Jaleel.
Yes.
We obviously like follow him on the socials. This looked like the party of the century.
I know.
Jordan.
I was like, our invites got lost because we would have chopped this dance floor up.
I know.
I loved it. I thought that this looked like such a fun wedding, and Erin looked stunning.
Stunning. That
like
dress.
This picture, just you two are perfect.
I know.
Like I don't know what else to say besides perfection.
I love everything about this. The flowers, even like Jaleel's like boutonniere that he has on. It's just classy.
Is it a Birds of Paradise?
It kind of looks like.
Yeah. Wow. Good choice.
Which goes with the tropical theme, like with the setting. It was just, hats off and many, many congratulations to our good buddy Jaleel. Yes. This was well planned.
Yeah. And because, he's Nigerian, there's just like this extra little like flair of their dance floor, and they brought it. Like,
they really did.
It looked like the party didn't stop.
I don't
think
6
in the morning.
I was confused watching their Instagram stories. I thought I was like, did they have like 2 ceremonies? Because the night before party looked like the wedding, and then
I think that's what you do though when you go to Mexico. Like, you just party all of the days that you're there.
Ugh, it was like you said. Where was my invite? Just kidding. Love you, Jaleel.
Yes, we love you.
Okay, so our next one is Paxton Pomical and his now wife, Julia. The interesting thing about this one is that is the exact same location that Jaleel and Erin got married. The Thompson Hotel in Los Cabos. So, I mean, that must have been like the place to go. I don't know. It looks beautiful, to be fair.
Maybe they got a discounted MLS rate. I don't know. Like, no, that's just a joke.
Could be.
I think if I was looking at places, this looks like a pretty nice place.
Doesn't it? I know. Do you know what? Ian and I actually looked into going to the Thompson for our honeymoon.
Oh.
I know. And then it was like too long of a flight.
You could have been at one of these weddings, Sooz.
I literally could have been at one of them. But
You're
man,
like, oh, hey,
crash the
remember
weddings.
me?
I could have. Oh. True story. I used to crash weddings in high school. I know.
In high school?
I know. I'm an idiot.
Wow, you're just before your time.
I was just bored. I don't know. Like,
you and your girlfriends?
Yeah, we're really dumb. We used to get dressed up and tell our parents that we were like going to this like under 18 club called Zero Gravity, but really we would go to like hotels and like go to like the banquet rooms and crash weddings.
This is my favorite thing I've ever heard. I love this.
I told
in
my
high school.
parents just over Christmas, over the holidays, we played this game and we were like asking questions, and it was like something that you did that you never told your parents. And I told them that this was something I did for the first time, and their heads almost popped off. They were like, what?
Also, like, think of all the cool things we did, and we have no, like, I think we have better memories of them because we have no videos of them.
No
Or,
videos.
like,
I think you're right.
I think that's why we remember them, and they're so meaningful because we're
Great
like,
point.
we weren't worrying about capturing them. We were just actually living in our Wedding Crasher era.
Wow, you just blew my mind, Jordan, because that is so true. Because I can remember exactly what I wore. I remember where I was.
Yeah.
I remember what the bridesmaid dresses looked like. Yeah. Maybe I should reinvent this career for myself. I could like be like the MLS Wedding Crasher. Like I just show up.
Go to the Thompson Hotel
do you
next
think?
year around like New Year's.
I'm in,
We'll at
Jordan.
least go to one.
You know, we like you said, we'd bring the fun, we'd bring the party, we'd tear up that dance floor.
They're like, who invited these girls?
Like, then they're like, it doesn't matter. They're so great. We're so glad they're here.
Okay, fine, I'll go. I'm into it.
Well, congrats, Paxton and Julia. Your wedding looked equally as lovely as Julio's. Okay, the next one, very exciting because this is another committee friend of ours, Claudia Pagan, got married to her lovely fiance Luke in Puerto Rico, which is where Claudia's family is from, and they just look dreamy. This also looked like an incredible party.
Yes.
I was like, okay, I'm not offended that I didn't get the invite.
I love Puerto Rico. I've never been.
I know, same. Like
Never
I would have happily jumped on a plane for this. But
I've got miles.
Beautiful. Luke is he's like the head of fitness at San Diego.
Yeah.
And so this is the off.
You know what I loved,
wedding.
and I think that this picture really captured it. Claudia I love how eclectic her style is. Her veil had this trim on it that you can kind of see it around her face. It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like the detail of the veil and how she wore it, I just thought it was perfect.
I agree.
Pagan.
I agree.
Yeah, look at the zoom.
Look at this.
Yeah, look at that.
It's so elegant.
It was so elegant and gorgeous. She just looks so beautiful.
You know, she's just
so
one
beautiful.
of these. She's one of these like effortless.
Yes.
Like she doesn't like
she
to wear a
have
lot of
glasses
makeup.
on there.
I know. It's like, oh, but like if she wears glasses and she looks fantastic.
Stunning.
Like she's just a natural beauty.
You
like
lucky
Jordan
man,
Angeli.
Luke.
I know. But this one looked really, really fun.
Yeah,
you could tell
beautiful.
they had like all these different hats at the party. Like they were putting on. Like I feel like people were just like really going for it.
That
I don't know. Oh my Lord. Oh my gosh.
Can we zoom in on that again, Douglas? I love this zoom.
Is
Peonies, orchids, and I don't know what that other one's called, but I like those.
I love the cascade.
Okay, I just said she's eclectic. That's exactly it right there in that floral arrangement.
Yep, 100%. And
Is
it's
that
like
her grandma?
I don't know if it is. She is the cutest woman I've ever seen in my life. Her abuela. Oh my God. Yeah, this
so
is good. Well done.
Beautiful.
Well done.
12 out of 10.
12 out of 10. 100%. Okay. Moving along to our next nuptials. Georgi Mihailovic and his now wife, Isla, got married in, it looks like a beautiful kind of like chateau in Florida somewhere. I had to do like a little geotag searching for this one. You would not believe the deep dive I do for this wedding research.
I mean, I believe it.
Oh
I do.
God. But you know what? I enjoy it. It's the kind of work I love to do. But Georgi Mihailovic and his lovely bride, based on the pictures, this place looked really stunning. But there was a lot, like Dax McCarty was there. There's a lot of like former teammates that were there, so that was kind of fun to see everyone else's pictures on the Instagram. But look, this is like, I mean,
chic.
Very
sophisticated.
Very chic. This is like black tie.
Also, her dress is I love that.
I know. It's really,
wedding dresses
stunning.
are so interesting, right, Suze? Because like there's just the widest variety, and like sometimes the simple, like this is rather simple, and
it's
stunning.
Stunning. Do you know what it's like? Look at the train, the way it like nips in at the west, and then like in the back, like it just kind of like flows out, but it has this like streamlined silhouette in front.
Also, you know what I'm just thinking right now? Thank goodness you have me on here, because can you imagine Goss talking about these weddings?
It's such a good point.
We should have had him on.
Goss he does have opinions.
He does like that.
But I feel like they would be bad opinions. Like, and you just have to like steer him right and be like, no, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Oh.
But this is
classy. Perfect. I'm glad we're here together doing this.
I'm so glad you're here for this.
I love this photo too, because I'm just looking at the people in the background and they're just so happy.
I know.
Like, just weddings are the best.
I know. They
Look
really
at how
are.
happy they are.
Ugh. Oh, and this because this is obviously like right after they said idea.
Cool
I know her hair is amazing. Wow. I don't even know how one gets that done, but
hairspray.
It's
lots of it.
Incredible. It's incredible. Yeah, A+.
Love that.
A+, guys. Well,
I'll give it 2 pluses if I could.
I know. Same.
Can I? Sure, I can.
All right. Now we've got Jonathan Osorio got married to his lovely longtime girlfriend, Michelle. And this one was, you can see the Christmas tree in the background.
Yep, you can.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, you're almost, if you have a December wedding or something around the holidays, it's almost like half the work is done for you, because
there's already lights.
There's already lights up.
There's some decorations.
Festive. So you can actually save money if you do this. But this is, do you know this, her veil, Jordan, it looks like a dream. Like, it's like so ethereal and wow. I'm like,
and just this, like, it looks like it's a Catholic mass, so you want to have your shoulders covered, but like the way that she did that with just the detail of that lace on her arms, like there is clearly a pop of shoulder, but like then the lace on her arms, that's so pretty.
Tasteful. It's so tasteful. This is this is legit. This okay.
Full body.
Okay.
Yep, we needed that.
Yep.
Look at them. Don't mess with us. We are good looking and we know it.
Literally. Oh my
beautiful
God.
Wow.
That looks like a magazine cover.
It does.
Also, like, he looks very handsome.
Looks great.
Pulls the tux off well, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here for this whole thing. Well done, guys. Well done.
All the weddings have had very different vibes.
Very different vibes. But that's what's great, is because I feel like it's such an expression of the personalities, you know?
Yeah.
Like, mine was pretty laid back. I mean, I had a wedding dress on, but like, and Ian did a jacket with like no tie.
No tie, right?
Like,
I remember
he had a
that.
suit with no tie. Like, it was just very like, I don't know, more laid back.
We're getting married, but like we're also here to just like let loose.
Yeah, exactly. And we got married at this like really cool, like, it was
on the water.
On the
right?
water. It was this like great little like oyster bar on the water. And so, but it lent itself to that kind of like just laid back atmosphere. Like, this wouldn't have worked in that venue. Do you know what I mean? So
it would have been a fish out of water.
Exactly. Exactly. But they nailed it.
Yep.
They nailed it. Okay, are we ready for the big one?
Yes.
The big one. Because this one just blew my mind for so many reasons. And that is, of course, the wedding of Christy Mewis and Sam Kerr in Perth. I gasped.
Me too. I did too.
Gasped.
Well, I knew right away who the wedding dress designer was, because I love this designer.
Who is it? Galia Lahav?
I think it's Bert. I thought it was Berta. Maybe is it Galia?
I don't know. I love that we're both like, wait
a second. Let me look this up really quick. You talk about how pretty this is.
Okay, so for those of you just listening, so Christy Mewis is wearing this wedding dress that is so absolutely stunning, and you can only pull this off if you have a physique like Christy Mewis. But it's almost like the bodice is like a one
jumpsuit,
piece, a jumpsuit, yes, or a romper, but like lace romper tight, and then she has this overlay, so you can see her legs, her gorgeous like athletic legs, through this sheer skirt that's over it. And
pure beads on this
it's just,
top layer, though.
And the bodice is like this corseted top that just fits her beautifully off the shoulder with these long sheer sleeves, and then this veil that is cascading behind her, rimmed with lace. It is just, I mean, it's breathtaking.
You know what?
It's
You could just, you're really good at that. Maybe you might have a voiceover career in wedding dresses
wedding
at some
dress
point.
commentary. Oh God.
Yeah, it's Berta, but I love who was the designer that you
Galia
said?
Le Havre was one.
Yeah.
That was one that I always looked at, and Berta as well.
I know, both of them. I'm like, I'll look, but I probably won't ever touch.
I still follow them on Instagram, and I'm like, maybe I should stop following these wedding accounts. And I'm like, no, because I like
so
looking
pretty.
at it. It's so pretty.
So pretty. This dress, I was like, sometimes you just know, I guess when you know your dress. Like, I can imagine her trying this on for the first time and being like,
yep,
that's me.
That's
like
me.
That is what I want to wear on my
and like her
big day.
hair too, just like totally like slicked back off the face, just so completely elegant, because the dress is such a showstopper.
Didn't need anything else.
So you didn't need anything else. Like anything, like if her hair was down, it would have been too fussy. Like, no, this is just.
Yeah, I love that dress. It's like, this dress is the beads. Ugh, it probably was so heavy.
I know.
But whatever.
She definitely changed for the party, which was another adorable
there it is.
ensemble. Look at them.
Cute.
Okay, like,
Cute
and
little
Sam Kerr,
sparkle
like in
skirt.
full tuxedo, just like that's who she is. She's just like, this is me.
Yeah, I
This
saw
is
that
my-
she was with Chelsea like 3 days later in their in Spain when they were prepping for WSL to come
Unbelievable.
back.
Unbelievable.
From this to that.
From this to that, and this, so they rented out this like absolutely insane property in Perth, which is on the western side of Australia. For those that
Far
don't
away.
know, very, very, very far. Even if you live in Australia, like getting to Perth is not easy. And they had so many people there. Like, I just was like blown away. So you know that this was a big like multi-day event, because no one's just flying to Perth for the weekend. Like, that's not happening. But it looked like the most magnificent party that has ever been thrown.
Yeah,
I had such FOMO. Not that I know either of them, and not that I would ever have been invited to this, but man, if there was
we've
a
been
wedding
asking for invites, so might as
exactly.
well.
If there is a wedding to crash, this is one that I would have loved.
High school Sooz would have boarded the plane.
Here she comes. Here she comes. Oh, that was delightful. Thank you for indulging me in that, Jordan.
Yes, that was awesome. So fun.
Okay, we're moving along to our next segment, which is our favorite things that we're following right now in the soccer world. And these are just things that we have seen or we've been paying attention to that we think our listeners and viewers should be paying attention to as well. So, Jordan, I'm going to let you kick this off. What are you watching or following?
Yeah. Well, over the last week was the Women's Champions Cup, which was the first rendition of essentially like a Club World Cup for women's football. And a lot of people are heartbroken because Gotham didn't make it to the final. They did get third place, though, which was exciting. But my story through this was the Corinthians team from Brazil. And not just them, Sooz, because I'm going to talk about them a little bit, but can we cue up that video of their supporters in the stands? Because in the first game against Gotham, their supporters were so loud. Look at them.
Wow.
This is in London at the final.
This is rad.
Look at all these Brazilians just doing what Brazilians do best.
Incredible.
Loving football, enjoying the game, supporting their team. Proud. Hashtag proud. They should be. Like, what a sight to see supporters on the women's side travel like that to go and support their club in one of the biggest games that they've ever played against, in Arsenal. And I think that leads me to my second point in this is we get to oftentimes see these like isolated Brazilian players. We've seen a lot of them now come to NWSL, and we've loved having them. Debinha and Bia, Rafaeli, like I could name Marta, all these Brazilian players, right? But what I liked is seeing a Brazilian team play and like a club team, because it's different from a club level. the intensity of this group, the way they stuck together, they were like throwing their body on the line to defend their goal, to help their goalkeeper out. They made this a game with Arsenal. 2-2, went to extra time. They ended up losing in extra time to Arsenal at the Emirates. Like, Arsenal was at their home field, and Corinthians still played well enough to push extra time. So I loved the performance from the squad, the commitment, and just like the seeing a Brazilian club team play. We don't often get to see that, and it was a real joy. So that was a big story that I was watching over these last week.
I love that. Thank you for putting that on my radar and everyone else's. Those scenes were absolutely incredible, and that just pumped me up. I loved it. Okay, so mine was, if you guys follow Champions League at all, so last week was the final day of the league phase, and there was just some wild drama happening. So this is crazy. So basically, teams are competing to get into the top 24 spots of this, okay? Because after that, you're eliminated, you don't go on. So, and everyone was playing at the same time. So it was like, results depended on whether or not teams were going to be included or eliminated, all of the things. So this Benfica, which is a Portuguese team, one of the best Portuguese teams in the world. They've actually won Champions League before.
Good thing you said one of the best, because you would have had a lot of people coming at you.
I know, exactly. Believe me, I've done this job long enough to know what to say not to piss off people entirely. So they're playing Real Madrid, who we all know are like perennial champions, okay? And they needed basically a win and a favorable goal differential to go through, okay? So they're up 3-2 against Real Madrid.
Yeah,
and
enough said there.
It seemed like they did, but based on the results of the other games, they needed another goal. They needed one more goal to go in. But if you were watching it, you were like, did they know? Because they weren't really like pushing forward at the end. There was 8 minutes of extra time. And I was like, I don't know if they know. Like, what is happening
How'd they
here?
not know? Yeah.
What is going on? Well, clearly, like, someone finally was privy to this, and so they start pushing forward, but there is literally like no time left. And so the last kick of the game was a free kick that the goalkeeper, Benfica's goalkeeper, runs up into the box, perfect delivery, and he just rifles home this absolutely insane header, gives them the 4-2 win, and with that one goal, they are done through. They clinched that 24th and final spot into the playoff round. They eliminated Marseille, who totally thought that they had it, but they...
It was a wild day. It was like in and out. Everybody was like in and out right at the...
Crazy.
Yeah, and this
was insane.
I mean, goalkeeper goals
I love goalkeeper goals.
They're just we need more of them.
There's
not enough, and it's so energizing.
Well, and it's because it's always that like a very dramatic. You know that if the goalkeeper is going forward, then like their stakes are high. Like
diving
this
header.
Is like
get out.
Just insane.
Get out.
That was the last kick of the game. The last kick of the game. Okay, this is Anatoly Trubin. He is Ukrainian international. Is a folk hero now.
And just thinking of him at the bottom of that dog pile. First, I hate dog piles. I hate them. I feel so claustrophobic. But the joy he must have felt, because oftentimes if you're the goalkeeper, you're not getting celebrated, right?
No.
People are like, why didn't you save that?
Nope.
And this is like a totally different celebration. Like, people are going to celebrate when you save goals, but that is a totally different feeling than you would ever have at the other end of the field. I'm just so happy he got that. And like his team's going on. And
I know. It was,
wow.
It was incredible. You know what he said after the game too? So he's from Ukraine. This one, it like really got me. He said, this goal is for Ukraine, for those who know how to fight till the end. And I was just like, like in floods. And
he was ready for his moment.
He certainly was. And the cherry on top of all of this, Jordan, is that guess who Benfica are going to play in
Real Madrid.
The playoffs? Real Madrid. So we get this all again. again, so this is it's just a fun, it's an amazing storyline, and it's such a great snapshot of everything that was at stake on that final day of the league phase of Champions League, which just brought all kinds of drama. A couple more I want to point out really quick hitters. Yeah. I'm a huge Liverpool fan, and at the weekend they played Newcastle. They won 4-1, but Ibrahima Konate, who is one of their center backs, it was his first game back. He was on bereavement leave because his father passed away, and he had missed like at least 2 or 3 matches, but he decided he wanted to come back for this match, and he ended up scoring the 4th and final goal. And it was just the most beautiful, the way his teammates surrounded him. He was crying. The crowd at Anfield was just unbelievable. And he spoke about it after the game, and he was just like, it was, the most powerful moment. It's been such a hard, difficult few weeks for his family, and to have that moment, he felt like his dad was with him, and it was just so beautiful. So that was worth a mention. Also, this is pretty cool. Pellegrini Matarazzo was named La Liga Coach of the Month, and he is the first American to coach in La Liga. He's from Wayne, New Jersey. Okay.
Pellegrini. I worked with him this summer for the Club
Crazy.
Cup.
He is Coach of the Month.
Cup? That's great.
He's Coach of the Month. So he became the head coach of Real Sociedad in December, and they've gone unbeaten in January, and they've had big wins over both Atletico Madrid and Barcelona, which earned him Coach of the Month honor. So I thought that was worth the show. Let's go. All right, Jordan, we're getting there. Our next segment, we're going to do a little reality TV roundup because, okay, I know this isn't soccer, but I believe that reality television is sports. So, therefore,
I don't know
it fits.
I don't know what to say to that.
There's always some kind. I don't know. You can make an argument for it.
But I like it. I like it.
But it's sports to me. So if you guys have been listening, you know that David Goss and I are big fans of the Great British Bake Off, and we would do a little recap every week of what went down. Do you watch Great British Bake Off, Jordan?
Sooz, this is has become my show that I watch right after season is done, because usually the season comes out right after NWSL is done, and I just dig in. I'm just like, I want it all. I want all of the weeks of pastries and bread and cakes. I want it all. And of course I watch. I love it.
I love that you love it. I love that you watch it that way, because that's how I got into it, was I would binge watch all the seasons, and now it's really frustrating because I can't binge watch it anymore. I've watched them all, so I have to wait for the new seasons, and then it's 1 week at a time, and it's excruciating. But I don't know if you heard the big news.
I heard
that our dear Prue Leith, who was one of the beloved judges, has decided that she's hanging up her, what would we hang up? Her apron? Her mixers?
her scorecard?
Her scorecard, that's right. She's a judge. So she is no longer going to be a judge. She's stepping back because I didn't realize, she's 86. The woman looks fabulous.
Oh, wow.
I know.
I wish we had colorful glasses that we could wear right now in her honor.
She is. She always wears big colorful glasses and really big jewelry,
I was hoping she would just wait for a little bit, because I've now become a baker. This was my show and tell.
Is that a sourdough loaf?
This is sourdough, and
it's beautiful.
It's bread week on Kickback Committee. There's a little. Can you hear this?
Oh my God, Jordan, Angeli.
There's a crisp to the crust.
What can't you do? Okay, now you're just making me mad, because that is beautiful.
Suze, you could do this.
I don't think
you could do this. Yeah, you could. You totally could. And I did this loaf in honor of Prue leaving. I'm so sad, but maybe she'll judge one more. I'd have to slice it and send it to her. I don't know if I can do that.
That looks unbelievable.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Next time I see you
Paul
in real
Hollywood,
life.
Paul Hollywood handshake.
What? I'm looking in your blue eyes.
There you go.
Your eyes are blue right now. Just
pretend. Just pretend. Yes, that was. I'm totally blown away.
Thank you.
Prue would be proud.
We're sad though. We're sad that
proud.
Prue's leaving.
Okay, so Nigella Lawson has been named her replacement. So Nigella, for those that don't know, she had a moment in the early 2000s. She had a show called Nigella Bites, a bunch of cookbooks out, and she was kind of I'm trying to think of the equivalent here. I don't want to say like Giada, maybe like a combination of Rachel Ray and Giada. Like it was like recipes that like you could do at home, but I don't know, but she was very, very popular. She's a beautiful woman. And she has been named her replacement. Now, she's not really been doing much in the last like sort of
well, good for
10 years, which
you know
great. But I'm a little bit like Prue had such a
stronghold on us.
Yes. And I don't know. I don't know that Nigella was never like a baker. She was more of like
sounds
cook.
like a cook to
and
me.
Yes, exactly. And even then, not a chef. Like Prue actually went to like the Cordon Bleu. Like woman was like legit chef, like restaurateur. I'm just a little concerned. I'm a little concerned of what.
As we all are.
I know. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, but
I think it's we gotta wait and see kind of thing. You know?
Yep, I agree. I just loved how Prue played so well off of Paul, amazingly, who seems like he could be a real curmudgeon. And then like with Noel and Allison, like she had such a good, like she was very funny, like very snarky.
She was.
Loved her booze too. And
of course. When you're how old did you say she was?
86.
86. Like.
I know.
You're probably trying to sneak booze into everything, you know?
I know. So that was, I had to discuss that with somebody on the committee, and I'm glad that you were here. And I cannot believe, I still can't get over your sourdough. That was, wow.
I will next time I see you, I will bring you a loaf.
Thank you. I will gladly eat that. Okay, next question quickly. Do you watch The Traitors?
I have not started it, but I think I would like it because I don't know if you know this. You might have more episodes to watch. The Seattle Reign last year during preseason did a whole thing on Traitors in their team. And there's a series on it's probably still on their website where you can watch. It's like a 4 or 5 part series where they did Traitors.
This is why.
And I had no idea what it was before this. And then Laura was telling me all about it. So I think I would like the show, but I loved it with the Reign. I was like, what a cool, weird team bonding because you're like lying to each other, but also cool.
Yeah. So the whole concept is that they, like, all these people go into a castle, and then there are traitors. There's like 3 traitors, but the rest of them are faithfuls. And basically the faithfuls have to figure out who the traitors are before they get murdered themselves, because every night the traitors will murder somebody. So it's just a lot of like, you've got to like have a lot of conversations.
Do you think you could be on it?
I think the thing is that when I'm lying,
I'm such a bad liar.
I get red, like and like kind of like sweaty. So like I feel like it would be,
I feel like I would forget what I lied about.
Exactly. Like that. I would, and then I would panic, and then I would look guilty, even though maybe I wasn't. Like, I think I'd be pretty good at like being a faithful and trying to like figure out. I feel like I'm good at reading people. Mm-hmm. But like if I don't,
you're like, okay, I'll go on if I can be faithful. That's it.
Exactly. That's what I would say. But I have a ton of soccer adjacent people are into the Traitors, and I feel like it would be so much fun I did not know the Seattle Reign did this, but that is, you should watch brilliant. It. It's fun. I'm going to, but I think that like for future episode idea, we come up with who we think would make the best Traitors from like the U.S. women's national team and the U.S. men's national team. Okay. I feel like that would be a fun exercise. So all right. That's your homework.
Okay, I'm going to write that down.
Before your next. Also making Susannah more sourdough.
Yes.
Those are your assignments.
Yes.
Thank you. Jordan, that's it. We did it. Our first episode of 2026. I can't thank you enough for hanging with me today. It's always fun. You're amazing. And everything, like you wear so many hats and you do everything exquisitely and with such grace and poise, and every time I see you doing something, I'm so proud to be her friend, and I just wanted to share that with you.
Thanks, because I appreciate that.
Amazing, and I'm very excited for Denver Summit's inaugural season.
Yeah,
very excited.
Weird. It's like happening very soon.
I know, very, very soon. It's like right here. It's right here. Yeah. And I'm sure we'll talk much more in depth about that soon. But yeah, you're crushing it, and
Thanks,
it makes
girl.
me so proud. Guys, just for a reminder for everyone, check out all of our Kickback Soccer Media podcasts. We've got Soccer Wise. They have a brand new over-under show that's just come out. You've got to check that out, where they basically make preseason predictions. I think it's Matt Doyle, Tom Bogert, and David Goss. So they know a lot more about that stuff than I do. So you might want to trust them more than me, but definitely check that out. New episodes of Soccer Wise with Jordan. We've got our First Touch Country Pods that will get you primed for the World Cup. Make sure you subscribe to our newsletter because that's really informative. And of course, follow us on all the socials. But that's it for us. I'm Susannah Fuller. That's Jordan Angeli. We will see you guys next time.